Virginia Giuffre is, of course, caught up in this horrific story around Jeffrey Epstein and Prince Andrew. Tragically took her own life this year, in fact. But she has a book coming out tomorrow, and it's not to downplay the serious nature as to how this is getting released and why, but it's going to ruffle some feathers. There is some more heat coming down the pipeline for some people.
A posthumous tell-all memoir by Virginia Giuffre is due out in October. The 41-year-old who accused Prince Andrew and Jeffrey Epstein of sexual assault finished the book before her suicide in April. Titled Nobody's Girl, it's set to be explosive, the publisher saying it contains intimate, disturbing and heartbreaking new details. The BBC's Charlotte Gallagher reports.
And I won't stop fighting. I will never be silenced.
Virginia Giuffre, Jeffrey Epstein's most outspoken accuser. She was just a teenager when she came into contact with the paedophile and his co-conspirator and girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell. Virginia had been working at Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida at the time. She said Epstein sexually assaulted her and trafficked her to powerful men like Prince Andrew. Epstein is dead, and the King's brother denies the allegations. In 2022, he reached an out-of-court settlement with Virginia and issued a statement in which he expressed regret for his association with Epstein, but contained no admission of liability or apology. Virginia Giuffre took her own life in April at her home in Australia, but now, months on from her death, her memoir is set to be released. Its publisher says the book will share intimate, disturbing and heartbreaking new details about her time with Epstein, Maxwell and their many well-known friends, including Prince Andrew. It had reportedly been Virginia's wish that the book would still be published, even after her death. BBC News has contacted Buckingham Palace for comment. Prince Andrew lost his role as a working royal following Virginia Giuffre's allegations and his disastrous interview with the BBC.
That would be that sweaty interview that made him look like he had done the worst things in the world.
He's now very much on the sidelines. A trip to church at Easter, one of the few times he's been pictured with senior royals. His reputation is already in tatters. He could now face even more damaging allegations about his behaviour.
So there's a whole bunch of stuff around this which just feels ugly to talk about, right? In other words, she can't be held accountable because sadly she's no longer here. You can't defame the dead. The people who are accused are going to say, well, she's lying and we can't. So, it's going to be a really rocky road with this book when it comes out. But it's going to be fascinating. It's going to be fascinating to see what it says. And of course, the world is holding its breath to see if there's anything to do with Trump in there. I don't think she's ever been connected directly to him. And to be honest, if the publisher knew that it might be a bit more cloak and dagger and his powerful friends. But yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens.
Or maybe I'm confusing her with someone else. Isn't this the woman that Trump claims Epstein stole from him?
Yeah.
From Mar-a-Lago?
Yeah, but that's a really, So basically stole from him as in poached her like you would poach a good salesman from one company to another, because she was working in the as a masseuse, I think, or she was only 17, so she can't be that much of a skilled masseuse, but she was working in the spa, and Ghislaine Maxwell saw her and wooed her to work for someone else, and that's the thing that Trump gets pissy about, that he took one of his employees, not that he then trafficked her and put her in a space where she sadly and tragically ended her own life from the point that she got taken from Mar-a-Lago. Anyway, she was a towel girl. People are saying in the thing she was a towel girl. So she worked in there, but she wasn't like a technical massager or anything. Yeah, it's just horrific. The story does go on. There's another 54 seconds. We'll play this. It actually doesn't. It's a separate part to it, because it also talks about her family and how her family is pretty unhappy at the moment because of the attention that Ghislaine Maxwell's getting, and I don't think it uses these words in the story, but sort of the attempt to whitewash her her character. So we'll just play this 50-ish seconds, and then we can add to it, Chewie.
Meanwhile, Virginia Giuffre's family is accusing the US Justice Department of giving Ghislaine Maxwell a, quote, platform to rewrite history by releasing audio of the convicted sex offender's recent testimony. Jeffrey Epstein's associate, who's serving a 20-year prison sentence, was interviewed for 2 days last month by Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, President Donald Trump's former lawyer. Maxwell proclaimed her innocence, insisting she didn't see any inappropriate behaviour by any of Epstein's high-profile friends, and said a rumoured list of clients does not exist.
There's no list. There's never been a list.
And you never heard Mr. Epstein talk about such a list?
Never.
During the interview, Maxwell was told she shouldn't expect to be rewarded, but some Democrats say she just said what her lawyers advised her to say to try and get a pardon.
On the list thing as well, I think one of the things that I heard one of the commentators say through the last couple of weeks is that there may not be a list. There may not be a piece of paper written out, names on it sort of thing, but there's a list in her head. They should sit her down and they should get a pencil and go, right, start naming them. Because there may, so what she said might be true. There's not a physical list. There's not a list. But there's knowledge up there of the people that were visiting, the people that were involved, the people they hung out with. So they could make a list from information she has. So either way, let's not get semantic about the releasing the list. There is a list to be released. May not be physically written down yet, but there's certainly one inside her head, without question. Even if it's just the associates that spend all the time on the island, Chewie.
Yeah, no, that's... Oh, God, there's going to be so much on this book when it comes out. People are going to be devouring it. Prince Andrew is probably one of the least likable, at least believable people. Like that interview. Oh, I keep coming back to it. And he thought it was good. He thought it went well.
Yeah. Goodness
Look,
gracious.
anything that comes out about this, like, again, just to hammer the point, I don't care who's in the list. I want their name out there, whether they're left, right, famous people that are like, all of that sort of stuff. They can all burn. All of them.
Yeah. QBS says Ghislaine Maxwell is a lying jail. Well, she's already been found guilty of perjury. This is the other thing. It's like she's trying to get a deal. She got moved to this low security prison. And my understanding, and again, this is from a news source out of the US, my understanding is there was a prisoner who was already there who complained that they've got a sex offender, a sex criminal in with them, and the person who complained then got moved. Not Maxwell. Maxwell didn't move. The person got moved. So I heard that in one of the panel conversations going on as well. Yeah, it's not one that we've spent a lot of time looking at. It's an ugly thing, man. I don't even quite know what to do with it, to be honest, altogether. It's pretty bad. I'm sure once this book comes out, which is, I guess, in the next few weeks, we will know a lot more, and then it will start all over again. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Ghislaine Maxwell after that. And of course, most people are thinking, most experts in the field are thinking that sometime soon or just before he finishes, if he survives. What about Trump and all this vein problems and bruising on hands and all that kind of stuff? If he makes it, like I did say before he got elected, he wouldn't make the full 4 years. He was already pretty unhealthy. So if he does make it to the end, giving her a pardon as he's going out the door, which all presidents seem to do.